When my girlfriend got pregnant, it was her who wanted to continue with the pregnancy, but now, our daughter just turned 1 year old, and she told me she doesn't want to be our daughter's mom anymore. The mother of my child, who had been my girlfriend for over 3 years until last night, broke up with me and told me she doesn't want to be a mom right now. I'm 19 and in my sophomore year of college. She's about to turn 18 and in her senior year of high school. We had been together for other 3 years since we were in high school together. She got pregnant toward the end of my senior year. Our daughter just turned 1 year old. The pregnancy wasn't planned. We were careful, but not careful enough, and it happened. I was willing to support any decision she wanted to make. We talked through all the options together. She wasn't forced by anyone to keep the baby, but I told her I would be involved and support that if it's what she ultimately decided to do. She said she already started to grow attached to the baby and love it early in the pregnancy and couldn't get an abortion. Neither of us were very comfortable with adoption. So, she decided to keep it, and I adjusted to the idea of becoming a dad at 18 years old. I had been accepted to another college a state away, but changed my plans after this happened and decided to go to an in-state school within driving distance of where we live. I live at home with my parents and commute to school. I'm only going to college part-time and will most likely graduate in 6 years instead of 4. I had planned to go full-time, out of state, and had much bigger goals for what I'd do after that. I also have a job, and all of that income goes to supporting our child. I'm okay with that. This is my responsibility. I love my daughter. I don't have a ton of free time, but we do share custody, and our daughter splits her time about 50-50 now between both of our family's houses. She used to have her more often because she was so little, but I still went over to her parents to help and to see my child all the time. My girlfriend is a loving mom, or always seemed like she was. I know it's been hard for her in many aspects, but I thought she loved our daughter as much as I do. I couldn't imagine saying, I don't want to be her parent anymore. There are moments when I still can't believe this is my life, and there are times where I wish I had some more freedom, but I still wouldn't change it. She told me last night that she's been thinking about it for a while. She's applying to some colleges further from home and eventually wants to go study abroad. This isn't what she wants for her life, and she's not ready to be a parent right now. She told me I'm much better at it than she is, and she feels like a fraud. She said she wants to figure out what needs to be done legally to give me full custody of our daughter. We don't have any sort of legal custody agreement right now. She also suggested that maybe it's be good to start transitioning our daughter to eventually live full-time with me starting right now. She wants to have her less time, but thinks it won't be right to do it suddenly. I'm just sort of in shock, blown away by this really. I can't believe she would do this. It's not about me having to care for our daughter full-time or anything related to me not wanting that. I'm so angry and almost disgusted at the thought that she could just decide she really eventually wants nothing to do with her own child. She made it clear that she doesn't want to be her mom once she leaves here. I'm trying not to explode. Maybe she was just feeling that way and will change her mind. Best comments. Listen, man, you need to go through the courts and get her to either give you custody or sign away her parental rights completely. You cannot have her popping up randomly deciding to be a mom again. Do her parents know how she feels? Are they okay with her plan? She hadn't told her parents as of last night when I asked her if she had. She said she wanted to tell me first. I can't imagine them being okay with it at all, but they can't force her to be a parent any more than I can. I told my parents. They were also shocked, but they think this is just a phase she's going through. It could very well be a phase. If she's a senior in high school now, she's probably seeing everyone else have the traditional experiences and making college plans, and she wants all of that too. I'm only assuming here, obviously. I wonder if she could be experiencing postnatal depression, PPD. Has she been screened for that? Did you see any signs that she was not very connected to her baby? I would have hoped that it's just a phase, but not put my bets on that. I would assume that she is very serious and act accordingly. She made her choice, and now she's refusing to live with it. She's running away. I've had PPD more than once, and not once have I even thought about leaving my babies for more than a few hours at most. This is no phase. She thinks the grass is greener in child-free land, and she wants out. I've had PPD and didn't want to leave my child. I thought he'd be better off. OP girlfriend has said it's for her benefit, but she could be embarrassed to tell the truth. I was. Don't put everyone in your standards of mental health. We all cope differently, and no one has any right to state how you should and shouldn't react. PPD isn't a phase, it's a hormone and chemical imbalance. It literally changes your personality. Untreated, she is most likely severely depressing, anxious, anger, shamed, and insecure. He said that she was a loving mother, and this was a shock. She needs to see a doctor alone. Update number 1. 12 days after the first post. I gave my ex-girlfriend about a week to tell her parents about her plans to abandon our daughter, attend college out of state, and eventually move abroad. She's living in a fantasy land. Her parents are really involved with our daughter, so I thought they had the right to know about what she was planning. One day I got impatient enough that I told her parents myself. Last week, when I went over to their house to pick our daughter up, my ex wasn't even there. I was pissed off and told her parents everything she told me. I also let them know that I think she needs to be evaluated for PPD. I wasn't really familiar with it before. I knew about it, but only the more extreme cases of moms murdering their kids. When I looked it up, I realized she has a lot of symptoms, and I can see signs that I missed over the past few months. Now she's mad at me for telling her parents, as well as accusing her of being crazy. She insists she was screened for PPD already, and she's fine. Her parents have told her that if she wants to go to school out of state or go study abroad, she'll be all on her own, and they won't support her in any way. They can't actually stop her. Her mom assured me she'll make sure she gets screened for PPD. Although her parents didn't want to agree to it at first, my daughter is staying with me and my parents for the next few weeks to give my ex a break. Sometimes her parents forget they aren't my daughter's parents. That tells me a lot about what probably goes on over at their house. At first, my parents thought this was just a phase she was going through, and maybe it is, but we've decided that no matter what she ultimately does, I have to get an officially custody arrangement in place. If she can make a decision like this and just drop it like a bomb one day, she could easily change her mind just as fast and decide she wants our daughter all to herself. My mom and dad are going to help me with finding a lawyer to give some guidance with those aspects. I am not trying to terminate her parental rights. Probably couldn't if I wanted to, since it's just not that simple. I just want to protect myself and my daughter. Best comments. I'm going to ask you not to let your daughter go over to her other grandparents' house, because I believe that they're going to try to keep your daughter if they want to see her. Tell them to come to your mother's house. She's not going to stay over there right now until her mom says she wants to resume seeing her. She texted me last night. I know some people are critical of the assumption she has PPD or something else going on, but she's not acting like herself. I'm not trying to vilify her or call her crazy. She said, "I miss you. You never want to have sex with me anymore." That was really strange and not like anything she has ever said before. She didn't even mention our daughter, but she misses sex? When and where are we supposed to do that now? I said, "Sorry, I'm too busy taking care of our daughter." None of how she's acting is like her at all. PPD screening happens in the doctor's office and means nothing. They have you fill out one worksheet and she could lie on it. I did. I had PPD with my first. I didn't get help and it got emotionally bad. With my second, I started therapy and then medication after he was born. It is smart of you to get an official order in place. Good to know. Also, terrifying.